hey, bold and driven family. This is Queen D of Queen Tour Conversation. And also, hey, I just had to plug that, of Lorraine and Wab. Now that means the queen in me because Queen D is definitely a queen, okay? But for all you beautiful people out there, you women of all races, colors, ethnic groups, guess what? You're a queen too. Even if you don't feel like it, you still one, okay? We have our good days and our bad days. But what I wanted to talk about today, this evening, is something that's been on my mind. So, hey, call a friend, family, friend, member, anybody you want to listen in. If not, you can't hear it now, listen to it later because this is something I'm sure that everybody can relate to. On social media. I just joined TikTok. You can actually see me on now TikTok too, with Lorraine Moore. Okay, so I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. But if you look for me on Facebook, it'll be Alice D. Clay because they won't let me use Queen D. Right? But what I want to talk about is this whole social media um, dating. Dating in the 21st century has become extremely complicated indeed. You know, um, Even 10, 20 years ago, it wasn't so hard to connect. But now with the cell phones and YouTube and cable, and we got so many things at our fingertips. One, it's a blessing, but two, it can be a curse as well. You see, I am a mother, and when I was growing up, we didn't have the social media impact that today's people have. So let's talk about that. Today's young people, and now the older generation has gotten on board because, if they like it, we want to find out what they like. And so now we want to get involved too. But if you are a single parent, if you are uh, single, period, and not even a parent, if you are in a situation where you are ready to step back out there in the dating world, this is going to be a challenge. Yes, we have those dating apps. I have it, and I forget to use mine. Facebook offered it to me. I said, okay. I never thought I'd ever be on a dating app because, frankly, I don't have a problem getting a date. That's not what the problem is. I thought I don't have the time to actually look and go out on a date. I figured they'll, hit me up if I get on this and say, hey, you have a match. And so I get all these matches, and then, I said, okay, I'm going to try this out. I'm going to talk to a few of them and see where it goes. And it literally always normally falls flat. I'm going to tell you what I think it is. You see, in order to date, in order to communicate, it has to be in person. Think about that. In person. If it's not in person, it's going to be hard. And I'll tell you why. Because, see, text messaging does not always interpret what you're feeling, what your facial expressions are, what your mood is, what your environment is. No one knows when it's hidden behind a text message. But heck, you might even be catfish, or they might even be catfish, okay? That's the problem with today's dating scene. So, I've had people say to me, hey, how do I know you're not catfish? And I go, how do I know you're not catfish? You know, we don't know. And then there's always the fear, the cautionary things that you have to put in place when you are meeting people on social media. Yes. You see, when you get ready to go out on a date, you don't know this person from Adam. All you know is that you've been texting each other, communicating on your DMs and your online and your phone and some type of social media outlet, TikTok. Now that I've joined TikTok, I got another 1,000 people I got to answer to that asked to go. And this is hard because you don't know who is who. Trust. That's what it's all about. Trust. Can you trust this person? Can they trust you? And if you can make it past 2 months, 3 months of texting, some people don't even wait that long. I mean, they start trying to talk to each other and go out on a date in 3 weeks or even earlier. That's not safe. No, is it? You see, when you go to the club, you get a chance to interact. You get a chance to look into their eyes because you see, the eyes are the windows to the soul. You get a chance to check out body language. You get a chance to check out how that person is dressed, the appearance. You get a chance to check out the tone of the voice. All those things are terribly important when you want to step out and go out there and start dating again. It's difficult to date even in that situation. So can you imagine what it's like with just texting? I call it text buddy. Can anyone relate to what I'm talking about? Are you tired of text buddies? I am. I'm ready for something better than a text buddy. So let's talk about text buddies. Now we have a whole new thing we got to figure out. Text buddies. You got to figure out where to draw the line. It's kind of like when you're dating, meeting in person and you're dating. You figure out, do I want to continue to date this person? And when do I decide whether or not I want to have sex with this person? The first month, the second month, the third month, or even a one-night stand? Those things can be interpreted because you're meeting and you're looking and you're talking. For text buddies, it's much more complicated. So, transparency. I have roughly probably about 4,000 maybe people. And out of that 4,000, probably 2,000 or more might be men. I don't know, I'm giving a ratio. And out of that, there's about 1,000. And then after that, there's about 500 that I start to look at. And then after that, out of that 500, I might take 100 and start talking. And I'm kind of trying to weed out who I want to continue to text and talk to. You see what I'm talking about? This is hard. I'll tell you why. I'm going to tell you a story. So, I, out of that, narrowed it down to probably 50. That took a while to weed out, because I had to block a few dick pics and all that other kind of craziness. And some of these people, these men, have been in my DM for over 3 years. That counts the pandemic. And we got kind of close. So I get flowers in the mail and jewelry in the mail and good morning wishes and good night kisses and all that kind of stuff. And offered dates and money and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna tell you. So I decided to do a test. And queens out there, this is a test. And then kings, I'm gonna tell you about that too. So queens, I decided when I'm on one of my trips for one of my shows that I'm gonna call one that's been really interacting with me for over a year, almost two, I think. And when I got to town, I said, "Hey, I'm here." And he's like, "You're here?" I said, "Yes, I'm here at your hotel." Now I was thinking, finally, I get a chance to meet him. I assure you I know what happens next. Let me tell you. Well, now mind you, my I didn't tell you, but my mother was traveling with me, my assistant, and my son. He didn't know that. So I said, "Can we meet up?" And he said, listen to this, folks. "I have some buddies over and we're watching a game." I said, "Is this Negro crazy? Do he what? Are you kidding me? You are gonna turn down me, the person you have been text buddying and writing poems to and sending jewelry and clothes to me and my mom and cards and poems all through my DM and pictures, and I'm here and you say I have some guys come over and the guys and I are gonna be watching a game. Are you kidding me?" So I said to him, "Okay," because it was evening, but I've said he's grown, so I can call this evening, so what? It's 10:30, 11 o'clock, so what? We grown. So I called someone else that I really wasn't interested in to see what they would do. And life always surprises you. It's always what you don't expect. And he said, I said, "Hello." And he said, "Hello." And I said, "Hey, this is Queen D. I'm here." He said, "You're here? You're here where?" "I'm in your town." He said, "You are?" He said, "Well, let me rearrange my schedule. I was supposed to be helping some people move, but I'm going to change that and I will be there in the morning at 7:30." I said, "Okay." Next morning, 7:30, ring. "What hotel are you in? What floor are you on? Do you want me to sit in the lobby?" And I said, "I'll be right down." Mhm. Came down and he was standing right there. Now, mind you, rewind. This is another textbook. One that I have had wine chats with, one that didn't send me flowers and poems all day and jewelry and all that other kind of stuff the other one did. And guess what? He's the one that showed up because he's grown. Okay. We had a lovely time. We laughed and we talked. And that's what I'm talking about. What to look for from a text buddy. Mhm. You see, I never forgot what that other one did to me. Mm-mm. He has tried his best to make it up. He wants to send me on a trip. He wants to send the money for me to go on a trip to meet him. a week paid vacation. He said he'll treat me like the queen I am. No expenses. I don't have to do anything but show up. And you know what I said? Hell no. Why? Let me tell you something out there, queens and kings. Listen to this because I got a story behind this for you. A person's word is very important. More important than a text. You need to listen to them on the phone. Make arrangements. And perhaps maybe do a video chat. That helps too, so you can see who you're talking to. Because pretty words mean nothing if you can't back it up. If you can't back it up, then shut the hell up. It's that simple. Because to me, word is bond. You gotta keep your word. Because I can't trust you if you don't. So, this is where I'm at with this. New rules for text buddies. You gotta have them in place. Set a standard for yourself. If they can't show up when they say they are going to show up and meet you, I'll tell you another scenario. Wine chat. Oh, baby. Oh my gosh, I just want to meet you so bad. I'm being transparent with you because, see, truth. I'm sure I'm not the only one this is happening to. Oh baby, oh, I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to feel you. I can't wait to make love to you. I can't wait to taste you. I can't. Okay, all right, let's see. Let's talk about this. Okay. Let's have a wine chat. Now, this is someone else I have been talking to for quite some time. See, what I'm saying to you is that these are not random people I have built a text buddy relationship with, you know? So I'm ready to go to the next level because my time is valuable and so is yours. If it can't serve you, you don't need it. I don't care what it is or who it is. Okay? If it don't serve you, it's a waste of your time. And we're going to be right back. I'm going to get a light. Hey, I'm back. I had to get some noise in here. I apologize. It's getting dark over here, and I didn't realize it, so I apologize. So I had to go put the lights on. But I'm going to rewind just a little bit to tell you what I've been talking about. This is Queen D of Queen Court's Conversation, and I'm just so happy to be a part of Bold and Driven. I can tell you something, I just love that funky music for my opening. I just love it. So what I was talking about was this new thing out that's getting out of hand called text buddies. If you haven't heard the term, it's something new, but you are familiar with it. Are you a text buddy, or are you being the person that's being texted to all the time, and then nothing happens with it? But that's what I'm talking about. I have a selected few of men that I really like, and I'm decided that I'm going to start really going out there dating, especially now that summer's here, because that's when you really want to go out, is when that summertime hits you. Some summer love, some summer fun. And if it goes any further than that, hey, why not? So I'm testing the waters with these guys to find out who is really legit and serious. And you would say, well, you should know. No, not necessarily, because I've been talking to them for over 3 years. I've looked at the calendar from 2019. We had that pandemic 2020, some of them at 2020, some in 21. And these are people that I really know. And so let me tell you what's going on. These text buddies. Now I'm recognizing who they really are. Like I said before, if you're just tuning in, you need to tell your friends about this, family and friends. Even pay attention to your so-called text buddy friends on social media, in your DM. And if you've given out your phone number, they're texting you. But if you really want to know if they like you got to test it. Or if they claim to love you, like the ones that I talk to, because I'm gonna tell you, like I had said before, that last one, he was sending me flowers and clothes and jewelry, and even trying to soften up my mom. And he offered me trips and everything. And then when I came to town, not really just to see him, but I was going to be doing the show, and I brought my family. I says, "Hey, I'm in town," and he says, "I have some friends over. We're getting ready to watch the game." So I later on said to him, when he was wondering why I stopped communicating on a regular basis on the DM and on Facebook and Instagram and blah, blah, blah. I said, "Listen, I don't like what happened to me." He says, "Well, I'm a man that likes to prepare." I said, "Well, I'm a woman that likes to prepare. And I didn't feel what you did was right." And he said, "Well, baby, I have a sick mother at home, an elderly mother. I can't leave her." I said, "But that's not what you said. You said you had the fellas come over. Now, I guarantee you, if these fellas knew that I was there and the shoe is on the other foot, do you think that they would sit and watch a game, or would they go out with the woman that they have been DMing and sending flowers to, jewelry and clothes to? The one that they claim to love, that they're so enamored with, and they want to sleep with and make love to it. Oh, oh. Would they choose you over me? Oh, he got so offended. "How dare you try to say my friends would do?" I said, "You're not going to defer from this one. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't try to flip it now. Don't try to flip it. The answer is no, they would leave you and go see me." That's the answer. Because let's just face it, who would want to be up under a bunch of rusty men all the time, and they can go out with a woman and have dinner and go from there? What kind of friends do you have? Okay. But anyway, let's talk about the others. So, like I said, if you got some text buddies, you got to figure out, are they serious or are they just playing with you? Or they just, because let me tell you something, even if they're not really serious and they're just flirting and you're not serious, that's okay. That's not, this is Queen's Court Conversation is always about being transparent and no judgment zone. So what I'm saying to you is, hey, if you want a one night stand, that's up to you. That's your business. But what you want is transparency. You want honesty. So even in that, everybody got to be on the same page. Okay? So the other guy came, like I said, that morning, and he showed up, and we had a great time. And I changed my perspective. It even changed my feelings about him because he wasn't the first runner up. The other one was. The other one was willing to buy a house for you. But you see, I'm not greedy nor needy because you showed me who you were when you lied to me. When you tried to make it seem like I was in the wrong for coming to see you because I was so excited and that I was in the wrong because I didn't give you enough time to prepare, and I was in the wrong because uh, you had a elderly mom at home. I wasn't wrong. You were wrong. You were wrong because you said, I have the fellas here. We're going to watch a game. And then the next day, changed and says, I was saying that I was with my mom. You lied. You forgot your own lie. So he can't be trusted. Mm-mm. He would have been better to say, oh, baby, I'm so excited that you're here. I can't see you right now. Don't tell me you got some guys over because I'm not going to accept that. I'm a woman. I'm not accepting that. you know, I'm just not. But I will accept you saying, hey, can we make some plans tomorrow? I can't come out right now. I'm home with my mom, and I'll see you tomorrow. How's that? Let's make it happen. I would have accepted that. I know what that's like to get short notice on certain things, and you have to do certain things, especially if you have an elderly parent or baby or whatever. I get that. I'm reasonable, but just be honest. So then, my other text buddy, the wine chat guy. Let me tell you, this guy, like I said, has been on me, like been wanting to be with me. He wants to be my lover. Ooh, and he's handsome, and he's mm, probably 10 to 15 years, maybe even 20. I'm not sure. And I don't care either because I like him. But that's not the point. The point is this. He says, I am going to get some vacation time. I was like, oh, good. Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about that. So he decided, let's make some plans. I will be getting some vacation time next month. Can I stay with you or you want to arrange for me to stay in a hotel? How are we going to do this? And I said, I'll get back to you because I'm traveling with Queen's Court Conversation. So I'll get back to you. Now, hey, like I said, Queen is being transparent about this. I don't mind having a toy boy once in a while. If that's what I want. But let me tell you how he messed up. He had been sending me stuff mornings, nights, all the time. I don't expect gifts and all that stuff because, he's younger and I don't care. But he had a date for a wine chat. So I said, let me go get all sexy. Okay. Okay. With my red lipstick, looking all sexy and stuff. And I was like, I'm getting ready for this wine chat date. Yeah. 8 o'clock come? Because he said 8 o'clock. I didn't say 8 o'clock. So if I said 8 o'clock and I'm late, okay. He said 8 o'clock and I said okay. And guess what? Kings, queens, guess what happened? No show. Nothing. No show. I'm sitting there and went out and bought me a bottle of Prosecco. And guess what? No show. I waited 8 o'clock, 8:10, 8:15. No show. I got stood up on a wine chat. So you know what happens then, don't you? I literally said to him in a video, I made a video. I love to make videos. I said, for the whole world to see in my story and on TikTok, you can check it out. I said, hey, baby, something like that. We had a date at 8 o'clock, and you weren't there. Don't you ever do that to me again. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That's what I said. You can check it out on TikTok. And then he comes back in my DM 2 hours later. I'm sorry, Queen. I had to help a friend. Now, see, this is the second time this has happened. So, for all those text buddies out there, I'm going to tell you something. Integrity, character, responsibility, all that still comes in, whether you show up or not, even from a text date, a wine chat, face chat, whatever you want it to be. If you can't let someone know that you're a no-show, then that's the end of that. Let it go. Let it go. Mm-mm. He showed you who he was. If you can't call up on the phone or text someone and say, hey, I know we said 8 o'clock and I can't make it, then how are you going to trust this person? He showed you who he is or she is. If it's not on 911 and he can't prove it or she can't prove it, they full of you know what? They're showing you that they're irresponsible. That's a red flag. So you can block that one. Nah, block it. Don't give it no chances. I'm gonna tell you why. Even if we met up next month, how reliable do you think this person is? Even if you have a good you know what, and then he goes home and you go home and you're feeling good, like, yeah, because you forgot what he did from the text buddy thing, and then he doesn't call, and then he starts that same routine again on you, then you're going to be pissed because you gave yourself to them. And that's called a soul tie because you're connected now. So, guys, kings out there, I'm going to tell you some things that women do. Fair, fair, fair. Transparency. You see, women, we do the same thing. I do a little different than you, but we still do the same thing. So, men, if you're a good king out there and you've been texting this beautiful queen and she says she's going to meet you or call you and you give her your number and she don't call, and then she says, well, she couldn't call because this happened, that happened, blah, 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 blah. I mean, she's not into you like you think she is. Because if she was, she'd let you know that there's something that's interfering with the process of you getting with them. That's right. That's a red flag. That's a red flag. Or you two decide after talking and texting so much that you're going to meet, and you're sitting there and you're so excited and you can't wait to meet this beautiful queen, and she doesn't show up. Two things are happening. Mm, and you know what they are. It's either catfish, mhm, or she saw you. She told her friends, "Hey, come with me. Let's peek in the restaurant, see where he is sitting. Tell me what he looks like." And the girl goes, "Mm-mm, boo boo, no, mm-mm, he's not your type. No, he's ugly. Girl, what you choose him for? He on this ugly thing, this and that, blah 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 blah." And you go, "Oh shoot, you think I should go meet him?" No, girl, no, mm-mm. And she doesn't come. That's a person you need to block. That's a person you need to stop texting. Like I said before, in the world of social media, this texting thing is quite complicated. It's getting worse and worse. I have them come in my DM. "Hey, queen, how you doing?" 1 month later, "I'm okay. How you doing?" "Oh, I'm good. When we gonna talk? When we gonna talk?" "Oh, call me on so and so and so." Then they don't call on time, and that's what I'm saying. Kings, queens, what we're gonna have to do is put some boundaries in place. Boundaries. Set some guidelines so you can save yourself the trouble, wasting your time with a text buddy. First, number one, decide how long you want to continue texting this person before you make a decision to meet. If you decide that this person is worth your time, it's time to meet. After 1 month or 2 months of texting, if that person hasn't said they want to meet you, then you need to try to figure out why. Are they serious? Or they just want a pen pal, a textbook? Because we don't want to waste our time with people who don't serve us well. Our time is valuable, and we don't want to waste it on mess. Now, less is best, which means no more than 4 people that you need to figure out if you're serious about. And guys, this goes for you too. I know you guys like to have a lot of numbers. Quantity seems to be your thing. I got 20 girls talking to me. But out of 20, which one is worth your valuable time? You need to figure that out. No more than 3 or 4. Take your time to get to know who they are. Is she a gold digger? Hmm. Does she have children? Is that something that you want to deal with? What is her background? Does she live by herself? Does she have a boyfriend that she's hiding from you, like happened to my son? Yeah. You need to find these things out. And queens, when you're getting ready to date, you need to know something about this because, after all, it's dangerous out there. So, you need to have a buddy system in place when you're going out to meet someone for the first time. You need to let them know that you're going out and what time you plan to come home. Yeah, you're grown, but so is the world. And this is a crazy one. Okay. So make sure you have some safety guidelines in place. Find out, does he live alone? Does he have a wife? Does he have a girlfriend? Is he a builder boy? Which means no job, just a lot of potential. Is that something you want to deal with? Because if you don't want your time wasted on trying to build someone else's life when you're still trying to build your own empire, then he's not the one. Potential can only get you but so far. They have to have a plan. So, what is their plan? What is your plan? Number three, when you go out on this date, there are some questions you need to ask him. Yes, men hate that question. What are your goals? Your 5-year plan? Of course, they hate it, especially if they don't have one. Because if they had one, they wouldn't hate it. Because one thing about kings, they love talking about their accomplishments, especially when they're trying to impress a queen. And there's nothing wrong with talking about your accomplishments and how you want to take care of her. And I don't mean take care of her in a way that, this person is going to take care of everything for you. No. What a man is supposed to do is let you know that he is not afraid. And what I mean by that is a man, a king, is a protector. He's a protector. Once he start hunting and he find what he like, he don't want nobody else to have it. He's a protector. He's going to protect you. Because his goal in mind is not to waste his time either. He wants someone that he can be with all the time and enjoy company and do things together and perhaps marry. All those things are on his mind. He already knows once he's out with you whether or not that you are that type of material, marriage material, FUCK material. He already knows in his mind what he wants. So you have to know in your mind what you want. And that is why having a text buddy, you got to be ready to set some guidelines. So after you ask these questions, you already know if they've been married, do they have children, or what are their future plans. Now you need to know what they like to do. Yeah, you've talked about it in your text buddy messaging, but now you're looking at them in the eye. You two are looking into each other's eyes, and the eyes are the windows of the soul. You can look at a person and know, is he for real? Or if he just jiving, if he just making stuff up. Fact check. You need to fact check him on some things. If he talked to you in the DM, you need to go back and ask him those same questions again and see if we come up with the same answer. Yeah. Fact check. Is he the one? Or are you just having fun? That's okay too. No judgment zone here. It's your choice. But you don't want to waste your time year after year texting. That's a waste of your time. Wasted energy. At some point, you want them to make a decision. And you have to make a decision. Is this worth your time? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to tell you another transparency story. I'll make it quick. So I was texting someone since last Thanksgiving. When he reached out to me and said, "Hey, I'm going to send you a picture." Ooh, when I saw that picture, I said, "Oh, damn, he's fine." Oh, woo! The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice for me. I was like, ooh, I couldn't stop looking at him every day. Can I see you? You know how guys do it. Can I see you? Can I see a picture of you? Can I see you? I was that person. It was in reverse. Can I see you? Because he was so handsome. But now I got to get to know him, see if he's worth my time. Looks can only go but so far. Beauty's only skin deep. You got to know if this person is beautiful on the inside. Is he worth your time? Yes, he has a beautiful spirit. I mean, this man is deep, deep spiritually, intelligent, thinker. I get turned on by intelligence. And we would talk for 3 hours, 4 hours, and I thought, yeah, what is this? What is this? And we were talking like that and checking in on each other every day. Because he was interested. He didn't want to be no text buddy. He wanted me to talk to him at least 3 times a day. Said I might be a little bit much, but even so, if I couldn't talk to him 2 times, he wanted to hear me. He would be the first person to call me in the morning. Good morning. How you doing, beautiful? At 5 a.m. That's okay. I like to work out too. See, we had that in common. That's very important when you're texting someone. What do you have in common? You need to find out. So he said, I want my voice to be the first voice you hear in your ear on that pillow. I was like, all right, baby, that's all right with me. Yes. Then at night, we'd have our talks again. How was your day? How was your day? So you see where I'm going with this. It started building and building. And he was like, enough is enough. I want to see you. I want to see you too. Well, let's make it happen. Okay. And I would always fall short. Not him. I'm being honest. Not him. He was ready. He says, I'm grown. I got my own place. You got everything you need. You can come here and stay as long as you want. Or I could come with you on your trips and everything like that. And I was like, okay. And I got a little nervous. This guy is deep. He's serious. He ain't playing. But I like that. But then we would have arguments. But we would always get back together. But guess what the arguments were about? Me not being able to commit to the time. He was like, hey, I love you. When are we going to put time together? Stop hiding me. And I was like, I'm not hiding you. He says, oh, yes, sure. I was like, oh, God, maybe I am. So you have to think about that. 4, is this a person that you want to spend your life with? Is this a person you want to introduce to your friends and family? You see, that text buddy, if he's serious about you or she's serious about you, they're ready to go to the next level. That's how you know it's for real. They're really interested in you. They're into you. They don't want to just be texting all the time. That's how you know. They want to make this come to fruition. Let's make it happen. Or, as my father used to say, if you ain't going to take a crap, get off the pot. You know, he's born in 1935, 25. But anyway, so that's what you need to know. That's what number 4 is. Find out. Is this a person that can travel with you, you want to be with your friends and family? And if that doesn't matter and you just don't give a damn, that's okay too. Because he ain't for them, he's for you. But anyway, where I messed up, I couldn't make the time. He said, you can travel from state to state. You can go from city to city. And you can't come see me? I had to own up to that. Number 5, commitment. Are you ready? Or are you just playing games? Text buddy. Hmm. You see, because when someone really likes you, they start to care about you, they fall in love with you after texting you for months on end. Are you ready for a commitment? They don't want you wasting their time either. Their time is valuable. They're invested in you. Are you invested in them? That's terribly important to know. You need to figure that out. Because guess what? You could hurt someone's feelings. And then you feel bad if you got a heart and you really like this person. Now your heart is broken too. And then you got to start all over again. And that's hard. It's hard out there in 2022. Social media has made it difficult to really form good, solid relationships. When they come in my DM and they say, "Hey, how you doing?" And I have let them in and I say, "How you doing?" When they say, "Are you married?" You know how I respond to that? I say, I don't go, "No, I'm not married." Or what if I was? And blah, blah. I don't do that. What I say is this: if I was, I wouldn't be talking to you. I would be right now enjoying myself with my man, and we would be doing something very special together. That shuts them up right away. Because Queen D don't play. Queen D don't get no headache, okay? I don't do that. I'm going to enjoy myself. But anyway, so 5, commitment. You decide, and that person, king or queen, hey, are you playing games or are you serious? But even if you're playing games, you got to decide, is your time valuable? Because see, today in 2022, every drop of your time is valuable. From the time you wake up and say, thank God I see another day, you got stuff to do. And you can't waste it on text buddies who ain't serious about your time. So you got to decide, if you're going to be a text buddy, how long, one, are you going to text? Boundaries. How long? Set some boundaries and guidelines. Number 2, like I said before, it's time to make arrangements to meet this person. It's the same way if you was going to a club and you meet somebody. You got to set the stage for this performance. It's showtime. Number 3, ask questions to verify, fact check. Does it match up to what was said in the texts? Look him in the eye. Look her in the eye. Body language. It's terribly important. The eyes are the windows to the soul. Have a conversation. Is it meaningful? Is it thoughtful? How does he treat the waitress? Or how does she? Good character, manners. What is the tone? How are they dressed? Who's paying for the bill when it arrives? All these things are your guidelines, your boundaries, what you want from this relationship. because you are valuable. Your time is valuable. If it don't serve you, it's time to let it go. That's right. Number four, like I said before, you have to decide, is this person worth your time? Are you ready to introduce them to your family, your friends? What do we have in common? That's terribly important because at some point, you are going to want to take them out to meet your family and friends. So don't lie to yourself and say it doesn't matter. You don't live on planet Earth alone. That is important. Can they socialize with you in your environment? Are they accountable? Are you accountable? Responsible? Yes. Integrity. Important. Important. Number five, commitment. Are you ready to commit? Are you ready to fall in love? Are you ready to date? Or are you just playing games? Or are they playing games with you? You need to know because your time is valuable. So, kings and queens, like I said before, wrapping up, text buddying. You have to decide who is worth your time because your time is valuable. When you invest weeks and months of texting in your DM, or you've given them your phone number and you're texting every day, you need to figure out, commitment or not, is it wasting time? And the reason why I say this is because right now, because Queen D don't have to lie to you, I'm being transparent. This is a no judgment zone. I got four marriage proposals. Yeah, four. And guess what? I've narrowed it down to two people. And guess what? It's not the one that I wanted because we made a decision. Hey, you ain't ready yet. I've tried to meet with you and you're traveling and blah, blah, blah. That's the one I wanted. So Queen didn't. I learned my lesson. And if I really wanted to be ambitious, because I am an ambitious person, but he blocked me. I was going to try to call him. But I could probably work some way around that if I really want. But I don't want to do that because he's a very serious person about his life. And I am not going to disturb that, even though he's deep in my heart. So these other two, I had to be transparent. And I said, hey, listen, I gotta tell you something. There's someone, I gotta know, I gotta hurry up, I'm wrapping up, is interested. And he said, oh, I want to see you so bad. And I said, well, you grown. You figure out what you want to do. And on that, this is Queen D, Queen Court's Conversation. And this is Bold and Driven. And thank you for listening in. I hope you got something from that. Remember, texting is no joke, it's serious. Have a good evening. Good night.